Hey guys, welcome to the next video on OpenCV tutorials for beginners using Python. In this video, we are going to discuss about the basics of face detection using Haar feature based Cascade classifiers. So object detection using Haar feature based Cascade classifiers is an effective object detection method proposed by Paul Viola and Michael Jones in their paper. Now, Haar feature based Cascade Classifier is a machine learning based approach where a cascade function is trained for a lot of positive and negative images. Now, what are these positive and negative images? So first, a classifier is trained with few hundred sample views of particular object, that is a face or a car or any other object. That is called a positive example. So whatever you want to detect, if you train your classifier with those kind of values, so for example, if you want to detect face, then you need to train your classifier with the number of images which contain faces. So these are called the positive images which contains the object which you want to detect. Similarly, we want the classifier to train with the negative images. That means the images which doesn't contain the object which you want to detect. So in our case, for example, we want to detect the face, then the image which doesn't contain the face, then it is called the negative image, and if the image contains face or number of faces, then it's called the positive image. And after a classifier is trained, it can be applied to a region of interest in an input image, and the classifier outputs a 1 if the region is likely to show the object or 0 otherwise. So let's see how we can use Haar cascade detection in OpenCV. So OpenCV comes with a trainer as well as a detector. So if you want to train your classifier for any object, for example a watch or a car or a train or anything, then you can use this classifier. Also on OpenCV's GitHub page, you can find some trained classifier XML files. So let me show you these classifiers on the OpenCV's GitHub page. So here is the OpenCV repository, and inside this repository you can see this data folder and then go to Haar Cascades. I will just share the link with you in the description so you can directly navigate to this website and this location, and you can see plenty of trained classifiers are available inside this repository. So for our example, we want to detect the face, so we are going to use this trained classifier which is called Haar cascade underscore frontal face underscore default.xml file. So you just need to open this file and then download it. You can just click on the raw icon here, this button, and once this raw file is open, you can just right click and save it on your computer. So you can just say save page as, and then you can just save this inside your OpenCV project. So I have already saved this file inside my OpenCV project. You can see this file here, which is a XML file which I have downloaded using this repository. So as you can see here, I have this code which is the minimal code to load an image and show it using OpenCV window. Now in the next step, what I'm going to do is, before this reading, we are going to just define our classifiers. So because it's a face classifier, I'm going to name my variable as face cascade, and then in OpenCV there is a method called, so I'm going to just call this method, and there is a method called Cascade Classifier. So this is this method called Cascade Classifier, where you can provide your classifier name, which is the XML file. So just provide your trained classifier file name. In our case, it's Haar Cascade underscore frontal face underscore default dot XML. So once we have our classifier, we read the image, and then because this classifier will work with the grayscale images, we are going to convert our image into a grayscale image, and it will be really easy to convert our image to a grayscale image. Now once we have our grayscale image, the next step is to detect the faces inside this image. So for that, we are going to declare this variable, let's say faces, and then we are going to use this result which we got using this Cascade classifier, and then we can call a method called detect multi scale. So we are going to just call this method which takes few arguments. First is the image, so we are going to provide our grayscale image here, and the second argument we are going to use here will be the scale factor. So the scale factor parameter specifies how much the image size is reduced at each image scale. So to start with, we are going to provide 1.1 value here, and then the next parameter which we are going to provide here will be the min neighbors parameter. So min neighbors parameter is going to specify how many neighbors each candidate rectangle should have to retain it. So we are going to provide this value 4 here to start with, and if it doesn't give us the proper result, we are going to change it. And the last step here will be to iterate over all the faces which we have detected, and then draw a rectangle on them. So this face variable will be the vector of rectangle, where each rectangle contains the detected object. In our case, this will be the detected face. So the rectangle may be partially outside the original image if it's on the corner. So if the object or the face is on the corner, then this rectangle may be little bit outside the original image. So we are going to iterate over this faces object, and here we are going to get the parameter x comma y comma w comma h, which means the values of x and y and the width and height of the rectangle of the object. In our case, this is the faces, right? So we got all the 4 parameters for drawing the rectangle, and then we can just call cv2 dot rectangle method to draw the rectangles. The first parameter here will be the image. The second parameter will be the point 1, which will be x comma y, which we got using this faces vector, and then we need to give the second point, which will be x plus w comma y plus height. Okay, and then the next 2 parameters are the color and the thickness. So we are going to give the color 255 comma 0 here, and the thickness to start with we are going to give 3 here. That's it. So it's this simple to detect faces inside the images using Haar Cascade classifiers. So now I'm going to run this code and let's see what happens. So you can see this is the face. So this is how you can detect the face or a multiple number of faces inside an image. Let's try to detect the face inside a video. So I'm going to just close this window, and now we are going to try to detect the face inside a video. So this will be nothing different than this approach. We just need to apply this approach on each and every single frame. So instead of this code, we are going to use the video capture method to capture the video. So you can see I have this test.mp4 video here. So we are going to define a cap variable is equal to cv2 dot video capture, and then in the parenthesis we are going to provide the test.mp4 file here, or if you have the camera you can provide 0 here, as the parameter, and then all this code we are going to just enclose inside a while loop. So we are going to just say that while cap dot is opened. So if cap dot is opened is going to give us a true value, then we are going to read the frame. So underscore, let's say the parameter name will be img in this case also. Normally we take the variable name frame here because we are reading each and every frame, and then I'm going to just say cap dot read. Okay, so cap dot read, this means we are reading every frame, and let's enclose this code also inside this while loop. So I'm going to just provide a little space here. So basically we are getting every frame and then applying the same procedure on each and every frame, and at last outside our while loop we are going to release our cap. So we are going to just say cap dot release, and here instead of using this cv2 dot wait key, we are going to provide a condition if cv2 dot wait key, and in the parentheses we are going to provide 1 and 0xff is equal to ord, and we are going to listen for the key q. So if somebody presses the key q, then we are going to break out of this while loop. So let's run this script and let's see what happens when we run the same script on a video. So this is the video, and this is in this video. So you can see in this video the face is detected in real time in the real live video. So this is how you can use Haar based Cascade classifiers to detect faces or any other object inside an image. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.